Okay, class, I'm Nate Davis. I'm your IET CTI instructor. Okay, the course is going to be on maintenance. We're going to show you how to do a basic oil change. You can do in your own car in your own driveway. Excuse the noise, they're working on their car, they're working on their house over there and over here. So we can do the best we can here. Okay? So, this right here is called the jack. Okay, it's a floor jack. Okay? This lifts up the car. This is the jack stand. You must have this under the car for safety. This is a wheel chuck that goes behind the tire so the car won't move back on you and roll on you. I'm going to demonstrate it right now. Now look at this. Watch me turn the handle this way. Look at the handle. So turn the handle this way, nothing happens. Look at this. This is the plate that lifts the car up. Nothing's happening. But if I turn this handle this way and lock it, watch it now. That's how I lift the car up. So I'm gonna let it back down, counterclockwise, and it goes down. I'm gonna slide this under here, so this plate, they hit a piece of metal right here to lift it up. Remember, it has to be on a piece of metal. The wrong place can damage the car, or damage something under the car. So I'm gonna lock it, clockwise lock it, push it under in the right spot, and lift, come down here and show it. You see where it's at? Right on the metal. Okay? So now I'm gonna lift it. Now you see that move? That's why you gotta be careful. See the jack just move? I only want to get it high enough to fit the jacks. I just want to get it high enough to put the jack stand under it. Again, you never get under that car unless you have a jack stand there. See, I just clear it right under it. What I like to do is let it back down so it can sit there. But I keep the jack there as a backup. So now I had this for safety and this for safety. Now next thing I got this for safety, I'm going to demonstrate how to put this behind the back tire. This must be behind the tire. That stops the car from rolling that way after you jack it up. Stop the car from rolling that way after you jack it up. That's another safety item. Also, you see this handle right here? That's dangerous. I could have been walking like this and talking to you, and look, walk right into it. This should stay up all the time for safety. Going down the safety test. Now, here's the full course of oil this car takes, and here's the oil filter. This is the part number on the oil filter. Okay, that's your part number for the oil filter. You go to any store, when you look it up, the make, model, and year, you learned that earlier, they're gonna give you a part number. That's how you find the right oil filter for your car. If you get the wrong number, your oil will leak out, you can damage your engine. This is the motor oil 2050. This car has a lot of miles on it, so I like a thicker oil. This car has like 300,000 miles on it. 2050 is the weight of the oil. Most cars operate at 210 degrees Fahrenheit. So you want the weight of the oil for a lot of miles, and also the lower the number, easier it flows. On the higher number, more protection, but it's a thicker oil. So this is actually a thinner to a thicker oil. Okay, this is more protection, but this flows much easier. From a cold, you start your car up cold, up to and warms up by 210 degrees Fahrenheit. Hope I ain't rushing that. Here's the tools. Here, these are called. This is a oil filter cup. Take the oil filter off. You can use this. I'm gonna use this. I like this oil filter wrench There's also another oil filter wrench. I don't have that one video. That's most common. This is the second most common one. And these are combination wrenches. We got a size we have. We got 13. Got a size 13 wrench, 13 millimeter. Combination wrench, open end box. This is a 14 combination wrench, open end box. These are the three most common ones, but we're going to use this one. 17 millimeter wrench, open end box, 17 millimeters. And need a light and a drain bucket. You got to catch the oil on something. Oops, and I just knocked this in there. So now, I'm going to show you where the oil filter is located at. It's going to crawl under the car. Let me see. That's the oil filter right there. See it? That's your oil filter. I'm going to grab that and release that one first. Take that off first. Here is my drain plug. That's the drain plug. That goes off last. I like to do the oil filter first, drain plug last. But first I gotta get the bucket, oil drain bucket. Pushing this right under the oil filter to catch the oil so it won't leak on the ground. And sometimes I miss, but that's part of the game. Oh, I forgot the wrench. No, I'm sorry, oil filter wrench. The other one. I forgot I gotta use the oil filter wrench to loosen it up first. Got it loose? Can you see that thing?
No, I can't see it dripping.
Here's it. You got it? I think I just changed it so it looks clean. Alright, here's the oil filter. Shop rag. One of the things you want to look for, very important. This is very, very important. If you miss this, you will blow up the engine. This O-ring right here. It has to come off with the old oil filter. Sometimes it sticks. Sometimes it sticks on the housing and you don't know it and you don't check for it. So you put the new oil filter up there and this is still up there, so now you call it double gasket. Now when that comes driving down the street, all the oil is gonna blow out on the ground. And then it goes to the engine. So you always, as a safety, check for this. You must have this on this filter before you put that new oil filter up. You have to check for this. Put this to the side.
You need some water?
Now, here's the oil filter. See this one right here? Okay? That's what I mean. You will actually double, this is what I mean by double gasket. Imagine it's still up there on the housing, and you put this on top of it. Now we have 2 gaskets. And that's not good. And at one point, when the pressure gets high enough, it's gonna blow the oil right out the engine. So this one always has to be checked for. Must check for this when you take the oil filter down. And next thing you do before you put this up, see how dry it is? To be a nice guy for the next person to take it down, probably you, put oil on it so it can seal and come off easier. You gotta put a nice clean coat of oil on there. Okay? Now we're ready to put this back on. What I did was, let me show you. I forgot you couldn't see me. If I would have used this, I would put this on like this, put a wrench on this, I'll ratchet on here, and turned it off. What I used was, let me see. I used this. So I grabbed it, turn it counterclockwise to turn it off, take it off. Remember, counterclockwise. You must turn counterclockwise. When I put it back up there, I'm gonna turn clockwise to tighten it. When it seats, about a quarter to a half turn more, and that's it. You never put a tool in here to tighten it. Always do it by hand.
Got oil on your arm.
Double check it, make sure it's tight. It's tight. Now what I'm gonna do is move this pan over under the drain plug. I'm gonna move it under the drain plug now. I'm gonna get my wrench. Got my 17 millimeter. Got my 17 millimeter. I'm gonna use the box end because the box end grab much better than this end. Each side has a use, but this one, to take a bolt off, you want to try to use the box end. You stick it on here. Make sure see how it fits the bolt? It's on the bolt nice and snug. And what I like to do is smack it. Once you smack it, now all the oil from the oil pan, this is the oil pan right here. This is the oil pan. This holds all the oil, okay? All the oil from the oil pan gonna come out. Now it's gonna drain to the bucket. And clean this off. Here's the oil pan gasket, which is new because I just changed it. That's the bolt. That's actually your bolt. We just basically make sure we wait till it drains out. Now while that's draining, I could put the funnel on top.
I don't know.
Here's the funnel. Here's the drain. Here's the funnel to put the oil back in. So here is the. This is called. You take this off. Put this in a place you can see it. You stick that there. The oil goes in there when we're finished. When you tighten up the drain plug again, the oil will go back in there. So let's prep the oil, get it ready. This is 1 quart. 20, 50 weighted oil, 1 quart. It's called multigrade oil also, I forgot to say that. Okay. They go for, stop?
It's not.
You're gonna move this to the side. Now you don't want to turn counterclockwise to tighten it. Counterclockwise to loosen it, clockwise to tighten it. And turn it towards you, snug it down. Now, you're supposed to get a torque wrench. You're supposed to get a torque wrench and tighten that down. My torque wrench is broken right now. So I'm used to doing this, so I know the torque is on it. So you don't over tighten, you just snug it down. You wipe the oil up. If I was at the school, I get a torque wrench to show how you torque it down, but my torque wrench here at home is broken. So when you do your own car, you just again turn it till it's tight and just snug it down. Do not over tighten it. You will strip the pan out. You never over tighten that because you will strip this pan, then you have to change the whole pan. Here's another safety concern. If the city or your shop, if the city catch you doing this, dumping that oil on the street or in the dirt, you get fined. If you're a shop, it's a big fine. If you're in a city at your house, like I'm at right now, and your neighbors catch you doing that, they can report you. Oil, antifreeze, or any liquid never goes on the ground. I'm gonna cap this off with this and take it back to the parts store, and they're gonna take it and recycle it. See, nice and tight, got the plug on it. I'll put it over here. When I'm ready, I take it to the parts store. They will take it off my hands and I recycle it. Do not pour it on the ground. Now let's put the car back on the ground and put the oil in it. Do y'all remember which way to turn this? Don't turn nowhere now. Yeah. To the right to tighten it and up. You do not loosen it yet. You go up, turn clockwise to tighten it. Up. Look at this. I want to get this out. So I want to go up to clear it. Now I can take it out. Now, which way do I go to let it down? Sania. Counterclockwise. And you don't crank it either. You go slowly. Watch. Go nice and slow. Don't never let it come down fast. Go slowly. And clear it. And clear it from the car. Now we're going to add the oil. I like to put 3.5 inch, start the car up and check it. Remember, this is the oil funnel. That's a funnel. Now, that's only 3 quarts. I don't want to overfill it either. All right, the book says that the parts store takes 4 quarts. I'm gonna put 3, check it to confirm it's only 4 quarts. Then refill it if I have to. You see this? You see it dripping like this? You don't want that either. You gotta wipe that up. It's gonna. The reason why is because it's gonna smoke. And it's a fire hazard. It gets an exhaust manifold. So you want to wipe the oil up. Now come over here for a second and check for leaks. I'm gonna start the car up. You're gonna look under the car. Make sure the oil you put in doesn't come flying out. Maybe something went wrong. And the other thing is, we're gonna check this oil light. Can you go in here a second? You see this oil light right here? See the oil light? This light right here? The second one from the right, this one. That's your oil light. I'm gonna start up and make sure it goes out. See it staying on? Now it went out because the oil pressure just built up. Now I'm gonna look under the car and make sure there's no leaks. I don't see no leaks. That's hard to see. Oil dipstick. That's the oil dipstick. You're gonna pour it out. Clean it and check the level. This car is supposed to be right between these two dots. Okay? It had to be in between these two dots.
Got a hole in the leg.
I know. It's right here. Okay, we need it in here. That means we need another quart of oil. So I'm going to take the oil cap back off. Remember, counterclockwise to take it off. Stick the funnel back there. Now by that reading, I know it's a quart, so I'm gonna pour the whole thing in there. Put the rag under to catch any oil. It's like this. You don't want to. You're going to turn it clockwise to tighten it. That's the oil cap. Let's snug it down. Now we're going to check the oil level again. Almost done. Because my daughter has to go to work and she's rushing. Bingo. You see that? Right in between the dots. You see it? We're good. That means we're done. And make sure this is all the way down. Sit all the way down. You got a European car and they're not all the way down, the car might run bad. And I'm gonna check one more time. Make sure no oil leaked on the ground. We're good, no oil leaks. And the last thing I want to tell you also, you should always, either for the customer or you, write the mileage down on the car. So you know write the date down and a mileage down. For the day you change the oil and a mileage on the car. So you know the next time you have to change it. Older cars like this one, they'll be 3,000 miles. Some of the newer cars are 5,000 miles. But always look at the manufacturer specifications. But you should note it down on your either piece of paper, your phone, or a little sticker on the window. That's it. Oh yeah, one thing. I done this to my daughter when we did her oil change. You see this piece right here? I almost forgot it. If you try to leave and that's still there, you're not going nowhere. I actually did that to my daughter when she did her oil change on her car. And she was trying to figure out what's wrong. Okay, now the last thing I want The last thing I want to show you is this. This is the Underhood label. This is your Underhood label. You can see it's a 1958 cm size of the engine, which is a 2.0 liter engine. It got centimeters, but we call it 2.0 liters. And the year of the car is, look, 1991 model year. So 1991. Oh, this one's right here, 2.0 liters. We do liters. They got centimeters down there, but we do liters. 2.0 liter engine. It should be somewhere else too. All right, so we got the model year, 1991 model year. We learned that earlier, and it's a 2.0 liter engine. And it's also a 4-cylinder. You can tell by the number of spark plug wires. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 wires going to the spark plugs, which in here means it's a 4-cylinder engine. I think that's it. You have any questions? You either ask me or your ESL instructor, Mr. Weiss, Mr. Eric Weiss, or me, Nate Davis. We'll be glad to answer any question you have. Thanks for watching.